everything like me except me.
They call themselves the Guardians of the Galaxy. This might not be the best idea.
So today we're talking Guardians of the Galaxy, and we see exactly where it ranks among the other Marvel films. Some of you guys are gonna get really, really mad at me. Here we go. Hey, what's up everybody? Steven Merced here, and today we're talking Guardians of the Galaxy, you know, the new Marvel film that's taking the internet by storm. I'm pretty sure right now you're seeing all over your Facebook and your Twitters and your Instagrams, all these Guardians of the Galaxy is amazing, perfect, the best Marvel movie, and you know, all this other stuff. And I'm here to tell you that the movie, it's pretty good. It's not bad, it's a good movie. Not gonna be ranking it up there as the best of the Marvel films. I'm sorry, I just can't. But before we get into my reasons why, let's tell you guys what the plot is about. So Guardians of the Galaxy is an unknown property by Marvel that not many people actually know about. It's not a popular comic, not many people have heard of these characters, and it's actually not even the original team of Guardians of the Galaxy. It's the brand new team. They got rebooted in 2008 and got rebooted again with the new Marvel now. And it's essentially a team that consists of Peter Quill, Rocket Raccoon, Groot, Drax, and Gamora. So the film mostly follows Peter Quill, aka Star-Lord, who is half man, half alien. At the beginning of the film, Star-Lord finds an artifact and it becomes a big problem because this artifact is something that Ronan the Accuser is looking for. Ronan the Accuser works for Thanos, and Thanos wants it, so therefore Ronan the Accuser wants this. We don't know what this artifact is and what it consists of, but it becomes pretty much a chase after that. Things happen, Star-Lord ends up in prison where he meets Rocket Raccoon, Groot, Drax, and Gamora. They form a team to escape from this prison and are kind of stuck with each other throughout the rest of the story. After that, it's pretty much stopping some villains from doing some bad things, therefore they have to team up, fight, you know, the things that you would expect in this movie. What you've seen in the trailers is what you're gonna get. They have to stop this bad guy from just killing everybody. And that's pretty much all you have to know about the film, really. The film is an adventure movie that's gonna remind a lot of people of Star Wars, and if you really think about it, it reminds people a lot of Star Wars because it's very much Star Wars. You got your Chewbacca, you got your Han Solo, you got your Luke Skywalkers, you got your Leia. I mean, it's a team hardcore that's gonna remind you a lot of Star Wars. And some of the space action is very Star Warsy, not even a word, but it's very much like Star Wars, just crazy action, pretty as hell to look at. It's funny as all hell. It's a movie that I was dying a lot. I was just laughing. It's a lot funnier than most of Marvel's other films, which is actually pretty cool because it's a different type of humor. It's way out there. It's a movie that takes its humor and runs with it, which is what you could expect from James Gunn, the director, who also did Slither and Super, both hardcore comedies. Now, the film is flawed. It's got some things that I'm just gonna have to bring up here that I didn't like. A lot of the characters aren't really fleshed out. If you don't know about these characters from reading, you're gonna get really, really small snippets of what happened. What we know from the movie is that Rocket Raccoon was built to be what he is. Gamora is essentially the daughter of Thanos, and Drax's whole family was killed by Ronan the Accuser, and he wants revenge. And then Groot just kind of tags along with Rocket Raccoon. The one that we get the most about is Peter Quill. We get his origin story, who he really is, what kind of person he is. We really get a lot about him. We really get nothing about the villain except he works for Thanos and he wants this artifact and he's gonna kill people to do it. Some of the things that I noticed in this film is that if you really start to think about some things, the film will fall apart on some levels. So if you start to think about things and how things don't really start to make sense, it'll probably ruin the movie. I started to think about some of these things, but then it didn't ruin the movie, but I was just like, wow, some of these things doesn't really make a lot of sense. There are some aspects of the film that don't really belong. There's some scenes that you're just like, why is this scene here? A scene with a character that I can't remember his name, but it's just a pointless action scene where you see him murder somebody and you're like, okay, that scene could have been cut. It's a cool scene, but I'm just saying it doesn't really add to anything. Although most of the cast is amazing and everything works, the people that stand out the most are actually Bradley Cooper as Rocket and Groot. Their chemistry and their one-liners and the way Rocket Raccoon is able to bounce off everybody, he is what makes the movie even better than it was gonna be. It's the fact that Bradley Cooper is almost unrecognizable as Rocket, and he is amazing in that role. Just elevates it way higher than you were expecting it to be. So Guardians of the Galaxy isn't a bad movie. It's not an okay movie. It's not even a good movie. It's a really, really good movie. I mean, this movie's pretty much great. But it's not the best of the Marvel films. It's not even top 5. It's probably top 10 of the Marvel films if you really think about it. I mean, it's a good movie. It blends comedy and drama, and there's moments where the feels, I mean, tears down the eye. I mean, it gets emotional at the beginning, and then towards the ending, you're like one teardrop. It's that kind of emotion, and it's really, really good, really, really fun. But I gotta say that if you start to think about it as just a film, forget about it being in the cinematic universe of Marvel and look at it as just a movie. It's flawed. It's got some flaws, some story parts that are really not working, but it's fun as hell. If you go on just pure fun, it's probably one of the funnest times you're gonna have at the theater this year. But just don't be mistaken, don't be fooled. Don't go into this thing expecting the Avengers or something that's gonna be just phenomenally great. Expect this movie to be a really, really fun time, and if you love the universe that they create in the world, then you're gonna think this movie's really, really good or great. If you don't love the universe, you're not really gonna enjoy this movie, I think. I think you have to leave your brain cells sort of at the door, because it's a pretty simple film to follow. I mean, it's pretty basic, but just fun. Amazing special effects, amazing soundtrack, amazing action scenes. It's pretty funny, but as a story, it's flawed. And that is why this film is not gonna get my highest score, but it's going to get a great score. This film is great. Guardians of the Galaxy is a great movie that you definitely need to go check out and just understand what it is, have fun with it, have a blast at the theaters. So those are my thoughts on Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm sure that I pissed a lot of people off, but if I didn't piss you off and you're still watching, make sure you guys comment below and let me know if you guys checked out the movie and what your thoughts on the film are. And also be on the lookout for my top 20 best Marvel films, where I'm going to include Guardians of the Galaxy because I haven't made my list yet and I'm working on it. So make sure you guys be on the lookout for that. Top 20 best Marvel films. Be on the lookout for that, and then you can see exactly where I think Guardians of the Galaxy ranks against everything else. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. I'm going to be trying to make a lot more reviews and things on this channel, and hopefully you guys subscribe to my channel, like, comment, and all that other good stuff. And I'm going to talk to you guys later. See ya.